To Alpha Racing League's Tier 3, round number 9. We're in the beautiful Silverstone race circuit here for a lot of people's home tracks today. As I said, round number 9 of this championship. We're halfway through, and we got a couple of cars starting laps now, just getting into qualifying. I'm joined by the lovely Tommy Karate, 14, yesterday's Tier 4 winner. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing good, doing good. This should be a good race today.
I agree. We had a lot of action yesterday in Tier 4. A bit controversial throughout the field. There was a couple tickets opened, I remember. Yeah, hopefully today, a bit of a longer race, people will pick their moves a bit better. As Tom Vittori has binned it out of
Crash already.
So not ideal start for him.
The recently promoted man is...
And Joe has done exactly the same thing. Both the dots are off at the same part of the mini-map.
Looks like that is where the drivers are struggling the most today.
Yeah, you have to get a lot of the car through there, and to be able to do that, it's very oversteery. Coming through this fast, high-speed section, it's very difficult to keep the car straight, basically.
Yeah.
We've got some first laps coming through. JS, very competitive, 24.6 off the gate. Not too sure what expected pole will be. Probably around a low 24, I would assume.
I'd say somewhere around there, as we have two medium runners with a 26.1, or no, 27.2 of Squid and a 55.3 from Arthur.
What a stonker of a lap.
But I believe Arthur is going to be going on his push lap now, so we'll see how those mediums hold up.
Yeah, around here, it's a pretty relatively easy strategy off the medium, so I'd expect pretty much everyone to try and push all out on the softs. And then, obviously, they don't make top 10, I'd see a good amount of people
It's
trying to go
Arthur
medium
spins
soft.
in cops.
Again, very oversteery setups around here in order to get a lot of these high-speed corners flat out, and it just makes the car just want to... The back end just always wants to step out on you. We're going to see a lot of that, I would assume, into the race as well.
Yeah, they're trying to push everything out of the car, and it's a few drivers getting unlucky, like Tom and Utile, and then Arthur spinning, so you're going to have to keep it posted on that corner and see how some of the drivers handle it.
Yeah, if you look at the racetrack and you're looking at the gearings of everything, there's only about 3 corners. If you make it 4, counting both parts of the chicane, you're going to 3rd gear. The rest of them are high speed, 5th, 6th, 7th even. So it's a lot of just flat out and slight lift corners, and it's very difficult.
Yeah, lots of chances for oversteer like we're seeing.
And I know if these guys have some time trial setups on, they're going to be running some interesting suspension settings. So we'll see how it goes for some of them. Obviously, a lot of drivers will be able to handle it because they've been practicing, but you know, if you're just getting on right now, this is your practice. It's not going too well.
Yeah, definitely. As Arthur now switches over into the softs as he's about to come out for his out lap. The mediums are just not cutting it for him with his 155.3, so he's elected to go for a soft lap.
Only about 30 seconds off at the moment, not too bad. Yeah, no one's matched Vapor JS's lap as he's retired. I believe he had a 1-shot. Not too sure. Should probably have checked that before the race.
So that is a pretty strong 1-shot time. Definitely after this first round has come through. He's still on pole, but with track evolution, we might see that get shifted around the order. But that's definitely a competitive time.
Yeah, you never know, though. Yeah, it's a very competitive time to start off, and I would expect that to stay top 10, to be honest. Yeah, he did have a one-shot quality today. I had to go and check. And yeah, so he's going to be hoping either not too many people beat that, or he's going to want to start 11th on the mediums, I would assume.
As Hissy comes to the line, and he goes...
Invalid.
Invalid.
I think he's going again, though. Yeah, he is. He's got the
Oh,
ERS
Dylan Boy
turned up.
spins! Out of turn...
Through turn 1 and he's out.
And he's out of the session with that back left.
So that's 3 already out from unintentional spinning and mistakes, with JS joining them on his one shot. As always, he gets out of shape. Yes. Surfy's coming right behind him on a lap. Yeah, for Romeo. He had a good showing in Austria last week, but unfortunately, his internet failed him right at the death, and his AI decided to pit him in with about 15 laps to go. So, very unfortunate end to his race. He did recover well, get back into the points, but obviously not what he would have wanted. He was on track for a good podium position. Looking to show up again here. Says he's purple, but obviously this game is very glitchy. Trying to get toe off of Hissy. Keeps it clean. Not just the chicane to go.
Comes out of club. That's a good exit. And
he could exit to the line.
P2.
24.9.
24.9.
P2 the time being.
Very close between the top 4. Or
yeah,
top,
look at that. Top
from 2nd to 4th. Very close.
2nd to 4th within about 1500s there. As Surfy does spin it on his inlet. Communist, now he's just come 5th. Beans on the lap. Ties is
there he is.
Currently 11th. Snagged 4th place last weekend.
Oh, he runs a little wide, but still keeps it in shape.
Keeps on the track at least. Proves almost 5/10 of the time. P8 for ties at the moment.
Lugagi just starting his lap as well now.
Sure. Youngest man in the field, I believe.
As he heads into Brooklands.
Just down on the time at the moment, but it's only by about 100th, so should be able to make up that time again.
We'll see if he can keep it in shape through Cops.
Cops Magnus Beck, it's crucial to a lot of lap time if you can get it right.
Oh, when he spins!
Oh, no.
Oh, it's the commentator curse! No! As he spins, and those tires are cooked. Good thing he keeps it out of the wall and doesn't retire, as I've just absolutely cursed the qualifying lap. As now we have Rundle starting his lap.
Hop on board. Rundle,
Top on board.
Didn't have a good showing last weekend. Out after about 6 laps. Got caught on a curb, I believe, and just car went around, so he did not have a fun time last week. Almost 2/10 down out of Sector 1 though, so he's gonna have to make up a lot of time in the finals 2 sectors here if he can improve.
He has a great exit coming into
How about
Cops.
Arthur? P3 on
Arthur sets a very competitive
his
lap.
second lap. Up from his 155.
Rundle holds it clean through Cops going into Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah, nice flowing section here, down to 7th, and then 6th or 5th, depending on the driver preference. 5th for Rundle.
That's a great exit as well.
He's just up on the time, so
Down the hanger straight. Coming into Stowe.
if he just keeps it clean, he might be able to snag 4th if he keeps it here. Down to 5th.
Great
Keep it
exit.
clean on the exit, very nice. 100-meter board down to the final chicane. Running over these 2 curves as much as he can, as much lap time as possible.
Oh, a little oversteer.
Snap over steer on the exit, but still good enough for a second.
It's Vapor JS.
Yeah, he's having absolutely amazing one-shot quality lap. And right now it's a 1-3 as Callum also set a lap.
Now we have Kyogre 700ths of a second up on his time.
Yeah, coming through sector 2 now.
He holds it very tidy.
Yeah, tidy through this section. Obviously, so easy to corner cut on these very thin curving. 6th gear he elects. A little wayward on the exit.
500ths up.
Half a tenth up Kyogre. If he keeps that, he might be able to jump Arthur and maybe even Callum. And
he elects the elect pits.
Yeah,
not improve enough.
Save the tires and go out. I believe 1 more or 2 more times if he's got the time.
As I believe we have just Hissy who is on a lap right now.
Yeah, I think everyone else is on an in lap. Or an out lap. So Hissy. 6th gear. Keeps it away from the curb, but flows it nicely. 2.5 middle sector. Not too sure how good that's going to be. Again, clean, and now down to the chicane. Use up as much turbine. And on the exit. Put himself 14th with that. He's got a banker time now. If he can get back to the pits in time, he would get 1 more shot at this.
Surfy is now, he's a little bit, he's down on his time, but not by
just
much.
Barely though. So he could make it all up through here. Nice camera angle there. Oh, the sector split B. He's up almost a 10.5 here.
Doing much better through the exit.
Good. Could challenge JS if he has a good final sector here. Just keeps it within the white lines.
Get a good exit. Coming out of the club. And he goes P2.
The line. 2nd place. Still no one has matched JS's 0.6.
JS. That is the time to beat.
Yeah, he's gonna have that time to beat. That is an amazing one-shot quality. Communist, just starting his time.
As he heads down the Wellington Straight. Let's see how much of his time he is up. He's almost a 10th up. It's a purple sector 1. But with this game, we really don't know if it's purple.
Yeah, it could be purple. Just don't know how good his second sections were. Because obviously it's very difficult to hook up a whole lap around here. So easy to invalidate, so easy to spin out.
He has a good cops. No spin through cops.
Maggots Beckett's on board. 7th gear. And now 6th or 5th? 6th gear for
Keeps
Tom.
it in 6th. Has a very strong exit right back on that DRS.
Another purple. But I don't believe it. He's up 2.5 tenths. Put him into the 24s, who put him in the mix for the top 5.
Silverstone coming into Vale and Club, so important to break as late as you can.
He's missed the second apex of the chicane.
He comes out.
He can go for another lap if he wants.
Oh, and he only improved by half a tenth. He stays where he is.
If he has enough fuel, he can go for another run, but I'm not too sure if he does.
Now ERS turned down. I think that'll be it. Just tries to bring it back. So we have
Lost a lot of
Kyogre
time.
in left field.
Kyogre up almost 2 tenths through sector 1. That's a lot of time through a couple corners. So currently he could be the one to challenge JS if he can hook up. Oh, very wayward. Just barely keeps it clean. Sixth gear. Good exit on
Great
straight.
exit.
Up 2.5. This could be it.
And he gets Raptor slipstream, gets it all tucked behind, very close. As he comes
Raptor
through
did not want to get on
Stowe.
that slipstream, but he took it anyway.
Now into Vale and Club. Brakes very late, hooks it into the first apex. Coming through the
Hooks it
second,
nicely to the
gets a
second.
nice exit out of club.
Will this be
And that is
a
pole
24.623 by two
2/1000ths
one thousandths of a
of a
second
second.
over
That
JS.
is- What a lap from Kyogre. JS with a very competitive time for a one-shot quali. Definitely very strong as we have some more people coming to the line.
Can anyone match the 0.6? I am looking at Rundle here to maybe do it. He's up half a tenth through sector 1. See some other people crossing the line. Surfy's currently 3rd, Callum 5th, Arthur 6th. We'll see if anyone jumps them.
Ties was a 10th up, but he goes invalid, so he'll be starting P12 at the maximum. As Rabbit comes to the line, 3/10 up. He goes P7.
Rapid goes P7.
Arthur's
just
65 hundredths of a second up on his time, so hopefully you get a good exit and improve slightly. And he goes into the wall, not an improvement.
Arthur P6 at the max. Rundle now through the final chicane. Does he have enough in this lap to take away that pole position?
It's a nice exit. Keeps it tight through the final apex, and he goes P3.
Not enough.
And now we have
P3
Callum,
gets himself into the
38 of a
6s.
second. Goes P4,
Callum
jumps
puts
Surfy.
himself to 4th.
With
Surfy down
MNK
to 5th.
2/10 up, and he invalidated, I think. Oh,
Valid
unlucky.
lap for MNK. Swid up 3/10 on his 25.8. Could get himself maybe into the top 10 if he chooses.
Hopefully he has a good run through here. First apex. Get a clean exit as well.
It's gonna be Kyogre on pole. It will be Squid up to the line. He'll go to the
13th, just
place.
outside the top 10. So he'll be electing to most likely start on the medium tires.
Yeah. So that'll be it for quali. 2 1,000s between Kyogre and JS's one shot. That is an insane one shot quali if I say so myself.
Rundle only 500ths of a second back as well, so it's a very tight pack top 3.
And again, looking at how close this field is, top 14 all within a second of the pole time. 3 people not setting times. Will be interesting to see how they can get through the field, if they can. But that's it for quali. While we're waiting, I'm gonna pull up the current championship standings for everyone. Here we are. So after Austria last week, it is Vapor Callum on top at the moment with 105 points. Rundle follows with 97. And then Joe, the Utah Elephant, is third with 91. And that's his big drop off back to Ties in fourth. He's at 66. And then another drop off to Riles in fifth. MNK Boy, the reserve, is in sixth. Kyogre 7th, Blackraw 8th, Surfy 9th, Goggy rounds out your top 10 with 30 championship points. And then going to Constructors, Racing Point on the back of Callum, leading with 142. And then it's a 3-way tie for second between McLaren, Haas, and Williams at 116. So very, very close in this Constructors Championship at the moment.
As we're going on to our formation lap, how do you who do you got? Any predictions, Zach, or anybody to watch this race?
I'll choose 2 favorites, and then you can go after that. I'll go with the one-shot quali man in second, Vapor JS. Obviously, the one-shot quali didn't get the track evolution with his lap. I think he might be able to break away from the pack here and do almost what you did yesterday and win by quite a big margin. Look out for him to get off to a good start here. And then I'll choose one guy outside the top 10. I'll go all the way down to 18th place, starting on the medium compound tire. That's Utah Elephant. 3rd place in the championship. He is not anywhere near his 2 rivals who are currently 3rd and 4th. Starting on mediums, I've seen him do a first around here a couple seasons ago in Global Spec Racing, but I've seen it happen, so I'll look for him to move up the field here. You got any 1 or 2?
So from inside the top 10, I really like where Arthur is sitting. Nice P6, I think he could get off the line pretty well. And hopefully keep it clean, because it is a very congested turn 1, but I like his chances for this race. And then from outside the top 10, I'm going to actually say the P17 man, Tom Katori. I think he had a little bit of an unlucky qualifying run, but I think he could really set out a very long stint on these mediums and then go to softs at the end, and hopefully he'll make up a lot of time off the line. Because he does have pretty good race starts, so he should be able to navigate. Him and Utile should probably cut through the pack.
Yeah, both of them on the medium, so maybe we'll be a bit slow at the start, but I think towards the end of the back end of this race, we'll see them charging towards the top end of the field. Oh man, Kyogre is going to bring him up to...
Kyogre is very
chicane.
early to the line as he was kind of moving fast during his formation lap. He'll be held for a little bit waiting, but it shouldn't be too bad on the tires as the rest of the field follows through.
In, so he should be alright. See if we can get a good camera angle for the start here. It's always difficult.
I'm honestly going to go to Kyogre and then just pull it behind him.
Yeah.
As here we come, the drivers are locking in.
Waiting for the internets to go. Now we wait for the 5 red lights.
The lights will come on shortly, I believe. As maybe we're waiting for a few to load in. Here they come.
5 red lights on. And it's lights out and away we go. Looks like a great jump for JS, who might be able to get Kyogre into turn 1. Yes, he does.
Side
on the
by
inside
side.
line. Side by side. Keeps it clean. 1 car, 2 cars off at the back of Merc and Oreno. But it looks like an absolutely perfect start for the Racing Point boys. 1-2. Kyogre trying to keep it on the inside, but Callum gets the exit. Surfy's off a little bit. And it's a 1-2 now for the Racing Point boys. An amazing start for them, starting 2nd and 4th on that inside line. 1 Red Bull off the back. That is Tom Katori, and Hissy has spun out at the back as well. But no VSC or safety cars deployed. Everyone still in the race.
As we had
another spin.
Utile going up 6
Ugagi.
spots.
Utile up to 12th. Tom Katori off to the slow start on his medium tires. Just Dylan Boy up to 15th. Ties up to 9th on the mediums, highest of the medium runners. But out front, 1-2 Racing Point, 3 Williams, 4 Haas. Arthur up to a good start as well from 6th. So Rondo did not get a good start off the line, and Kyogre obviously got beat by JS and Callum around the outside to take P2. Moves towards the back. Raptor and Rapid. Rapid getting past.
Tom Katori's left the
up
session.
If he can try and get him an invite
Yep,
back.
I got him an invite back.
But looks like a spin for Beans at the back as well. Not a good start for those 4 drivers, 16th and 19th, unfortunately for them. Dylan Boyd close to the back of Raptor, and then looks like we have a little bit of a gap between the top 6 forming. 7th place Kami's already out of a 2nd. And DRS around here, very crucial. Here comes Dylan Boyd down the inside of Raptor for P12, and he'll make that sick. Obviously did not get a quali lap in, so he might be able to charge the field. Electing to start on the softs.
We have a Racing Point 1 and 2. I wonder if we're going to see any team orders once this DRS gets engaged. If they're going to battle each other, or they're just going to sit back and try to pull away from the Williams of Kyogre behind. So it's going to be interesting
Beans
to see.
Off and retired from the session. Will we see any safety car? Doesn't look like it. He's retired on the racetrack.
Tori is back in.
Tori's back in. We have a car off. That's Utile Elephant off where he spun in quali.
As he has no, I think he lost his, or no damage, I don't think.
No damage. Callum at 3 seconds time penalty already. Penalties very easy to accrue around here, in my opinion. Curbs are so flat around here.
Goes side by side through the final corner with Surfy, and he just edges ahead into turn 1.
So Rundle up on Surfy. And there's another gap forming. JS has got a second on his teammate almost. Just squeaks back in. Callum does. The Vapor Boys out front. But Callum just had that penalty. Might cost him later down the line.
His Raptors might be closing out M&K Boy because he felt out of the DRS.
Spin, and it's Joe again off, so not the race he's wanted so far. Those tires are cooked. Got the menu glitch, so I can't see the gaps, but I know there's one between 7th and 6th at the moment.
Hey, I don't have intervals either.
JS has let Callum by here.
Maybe he's at 3 seconds. He just wants him to pull way ahead and not be in the dirty air.
Could be, I don't know. But JS does have less ERS than Callum, so very interesting. He's pushed a lot trying to get out of DRS and it did not work.
As Arthur might be out of
fast.
DRS onto the straight, as he's kind of losing touch with the front 3, which puts him under pressure from Rundle.
He might pull it back in, because Kyogre's going to be on the back of JS.
Oh yeah, he gained a lot.
JS on the back of Callum. Arthur's just barely in. Rundle is kept in as well. So top 6 still all in that train.
JS, I believe,
Callum
turned his engine down, just trying to save.
Yeah. It's a risky move because the 2 DRS straights here, they don't exactly lead into amazing overtaking corners. You really need to punch the exit, and it's very difficult to do with dirty air out of Maggot's Packets, and then on the other straight, it's not exactly the longest.
Oh, as Squid goes out very wide out of Cops, as up with Dylan Boy closer to the back of going through Mags and Beckett's.
Kyogre 3 second, Arthur 3 second in the dirty air of JS. So JS, Rundle, Surfy.
Dylan Boy is catching up to Squid with the DRS wide open. He just can't gain enough, as I believe Squid is draining ERS just to stay ahead.
Squid's just keeping ahead for the time being, holding that final points paying position.
As now we see a top 6 train.
Wireless 3 second, we have a spin. That's Raptor. Fortunately for Raptor, he's gonna use touch of that big train. See if he can fight back up.
We're seeing a pretty big gap form between the top 6 that are just kind of holding in each other's DRS, and now we have Communist and P7 just losing touch slightly. That puts them at the back of Riles.
Yeah, we see a big field split here. Top 6 have all stayed together here, but 3 of them have penalties already 5 laps in, so it'll be interesting to see how the penalties play out in this train. And pit stops, obviously, undercuts, overcuts.
Well, Callum gets a poor exit, so we'll see what JS is electing to do.
Does JS? Yeah, JS is gonna go. Callum's not defending it, and
they swap positions.
For the lead. So yeah, working together nicely out front, making sure they don't let Kyogre.
Arthur holds it around Rundle down his inside, holds it around the outside, and keeps his position.
I can tell you right now, Rundle and Surfy are going to be so pissed off because they didn't get off to great starts on this race, and now they're stuck behind 4 or 5 cars ahead of them, and they just can't get through. Obviously, Rundle trying it on Arthur. I think he does have a little bit more pace at this stage.
Might see some risky moves.
It's so difficult to pass. Yeah, it's so difficult to pass in these DRS trains, especially around this racetrack where it's like 80% full throttle. So
Arthur is using a lot of DRS as well.
swap
Ooh, as they go
again.
side by side. That puts Kyogre
This
even
time
closer.
it wasn't too team friendly there. And I don't know if these two are working together in a party or if they're kind of just working together as teammates, not exactly communicating, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm not too sure if these guys are...
They're very close to each
fully-
other, so we'll see what happens down this straight. Because he'll have
Yeah,
DRS.
I'm not sure if these two are
and do
fully
well.
aware of what the other wants to do at the moment.
Squid
A lot
Junior.
of time penalties coming up now.
3 seconds for Squid.
We saw a good amount yesterday in Tier 5 in just a 13-lap race, and 26 around here. It's going to be crucial to keep it penalty-free. Because obviously, these DRS trains, you can
As
jump
Rundle
so many
pits.
positions.
Tries
Rundle
to undercut very
very
early.
early stop.
He might just want to get clean air because they are in that train. So he's probably thinking that he can gain a lot of time as he comes out the pits and just set some clean air laps.
JS all over the back of Callum, might go for a move down this next straight here. Look how close he is.
As he goes for
Yeah,
the wider
Rundle
line
onto the
for a better
mediums.
exit. Rundle's going to try to
Bit of a
make that
spin.
work.
That's Dylan Boy. Yeah, it's Dylan Boy off. So another spin, same corner, I think, for him as quality. So people still struggling, even on the higher fuel. JS does make the move stick on his teammate. And it's good for the lead again. Another yellow flag off. That's Hissy, I believe.
Yep, and he's
Yes,
off
yes,
at the
yes.
end of Maggots and Beckett's. Just
Hissy
running into that grass
and-
slightly could send your whole car out of shape. So that's unlucky for him.
Hissy and Joe have not had the races they would have wanted. We have another spin, and that's Tom Katori off.
Angatory off.
And Raptor off, so maybe contact between the two.
Yeah, going into left field is definitely hard if you get a little bit of understeer and you just kind of go into the side pod. So we'll definitely
now
wonder what
Rundle
happens
gets
between them as Tom Katori's going
by.
very slowly. As he's letting cars through. This is not good from him. Not sure if he has damage or not. But this is just
Doesn't
not the
look like
race
it.
he wanted. It doesn't look like he has
More
damage either.
moves. Kyogre and Arthur side by side on the final chicane, banging wheels. Kyogre had to go wide, but he maintains the position for the time being. Arthur's gone
Arthur's on the back
and
of
burned
him.
a lot.
As he has
burned a lot
no
of
ERS.
Goes down the inside again.
And they touch.
All touch again. Both of them keep it on the racetrack. As
We have a first
full,
safety car.
No, VSC.
Raptor
is out.
retires. Raptor
Not
went
at a good
off
time for those
in,
looking to pit.
is that Stowe? I believe. Yeah, Raptor's
Tom
off in
Katori.
Stowe. As Tom Katori is retired in the pit lane.
Tires.
There's a lot of
Dylan
drivers
Boyd's gonna
elected to
pit.
pit. 2 drivers under
Yeah, a
VSC.
few of them trying to get advantage of this VSC, and obviously they're not having the best races at the moment. Trying to do anything to get back into it. Yeah, it's not going to help our leaders out, it looks like.
Now it should be ending as they come through Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah, this is going to be an awkward time.
Very awkward. Hopefully they get no drive-throughs as it looks like everybody
There they
kept the
are.
restart clean. No drive-through penalties as Kyogre gets a pretty bad jump on his Delta and he's outside of a second.
We have another car off. That's a Merc of Squid off Maggots Beckett's as well. Kyogre decides to box it a bit early. Not as early as Rundle, obviously. But he's going to
As
dive in
Kyogre
early for some mediums. Nobody else elects to follow.
As the racing points are still pulling away now from Arthur with 2.5. And with Arthur out of DRS and Surfy just keeping it in, this may put Arthur a little under threat from Surfy if you get a good exit. And he does get the DRS just by about a 10th.
This will be very interesting between the racing points because obviously you can't both pit on the same lap. So we'll see if JS decides to stay out this time. I would not be surprised to see Callum dive it in to try and undercut. Callum does have a lot of battery compared to everyone else he was battling, so he's looking very good in this race, bar the penalty, obviously.
Oh, as Kyogre gets a pretty good exit
I should say
onto
that.
Rundle as he is 5/10 back with the DRS wide open. As Rundle is
Yeah, look at
pushing
that.
on his
How about
DRS.
Rundle pit 2 laps earlier, and he's come out ahead of Kyogre when he was 2 cars behind him in that train. Obviously, he had Arthur between him, and then Kyogre was ahead of Arthur. So Rundle's undercut has massively worked. Hopefully, the tires, I think they should stay to the end.
Yes, it looks like he was pushing with a little bit of ERS on his clean air laps because he does have a little under 50%, and he's really made the undercut work. Arthur speeds. That's not going to help
JS is
him.
elected to pit.
Riles has left the
Riles
session.
is left. If you can try and get him back in. Kyogre now using battery up, trying to get to the back of Rundle. Rundle, late move, but still fair game. Kyogre to the inside, and he's got that one done for P10. We'll see where they come out after these 3 ahead of them come out of the pit lane. JS, Arthur, and Surfy. Arthur picking up that unfortunate 5-second time penalty. Let's see the Williams and the McLaren on the mini-map. You see them there. There's JS. He's going to get out ahead of Kyogre, but Kyogre and Rundle jump Arthur and Surfy. So their overcut has not worked.
Seems like it was a very strong undercut, just because I think that big train start when Rundle first pitted really slowed down some of the drivers, and he really capitalized. As now we're seeing another 3-car DRS train, 4-car DRS train start to slightly form now.
Will be very interesting. I would assume Callum comes in this time. He's used up like 40% ERS on this lap alone. So I'm very interested to see if he can even jump JS on this overcut, or if he's going to come out maybe side by side with another driver in that train.
Riles has left the session again after joining back, so let me get him back in.
Callum safe into the pit lane, making sure he doesn't pick up a 5-second time penalty. Squid's ahead of JS. JS picks up a 3-second time penalty on the exit of Beckett's complex.
As now is the pit window for the soft runners, as Ties is out on his medium stint.
And Callum pits, so does MNK. Squid picks up a 3-second in front of JS. Squid decides to stay out again on the soft, so he's going to be the last one on the soft compound tire. Everyone else on mediums or hards at the back there.
Hopefully,
Kyogre setting your fastest lap.
So Ties.
Where does Callum come out here, though? Callum's behind the whole entire
as
train,
JS
but
goes down the
Arthur.
inside of Squid Jr. Squid Jr. with a nice switch back on the soft tires.
Oh, a little bit of contact.
On the outside.
And looks like JS is going to hold this one.
And he does have the DRS as well. But he does have
does Kyogre
a little
try
bit
the move? No, Squid's trying.
Squid has the
DRS
overtake.
fighting. He's allowed to fight it, but obviously he's on a different strategy. Now Kyogre goes to the outside. Can't make it work. Has to make sure Rundle doesn't get to his inside, though.
Oh, as Rundle gets
Rundle
very big oversteer. Snap.
oversteer in the dirty air.
Is that put Callum getting a little bit closer to him? Ties very far. Ties is very far ahead on this medium stint. So if he could hold these gaps, he may make this very. He may make his outside the top 10 strategy work in his favor.
Yeah, Ties does not have much ERS though. He's only got about 15% here, so he's gonna have to manage that.
His JS has gone 0%, so he's really pushing. And Squid is out of ERS for the rest of this lap, so they're both really
stays
pushing.
out again. So
interesting, those tires.
This front train. Raptor's lefties are out, unfortunately.
Squid's tires have to be very worn at this stage.
I know he did start on those softs that he didn't qualify in them, is what I mean. So obviously he's got a bit more life than you'd think, but nothing compared to these mediums right now.
As he gives him a little bump,
Make sure you don't
slows down very much.
Ooh, Utah Elephant's out at cops.
He's
any full safety cars? No, just yellow flags. Another car off though. That's Surfy. Surfy from the main train. Does he have any damage? He does. Surfy's got damage. And that is an unfortunate way for his race to go.
JS
no right end plate.
Has still under 10% ERS as he's really pushing.
Yeah, but look at that gap he's gotten to Kyogre now because of Squid disrupting this main leading train here. Playing spoiler almost. But we'll see how it goes for everyone. Because technically...
Kyogre's a bit wide.
Oh, Kyogre
3 seconds.
6
He went
seconds.
a little bit wide.
6 seconds of time penalties. Kyogre doesn't have enough battery to get by Squid. He has to hope Squid pits now.
Ty's mediums are starting to a little bit fall off as he is slowing down around half a second a lap. With his low ARS as well.
Pretty far ahead though. Brugagi might disrupt JS if he catches him at a bad time, but Squid stays out again on these softs. He's taking them half the race distance now. So that's impressive on its own. Surfy pits along with Callum, so Callum's not time. Maybe he was the one who had contacted Surfy.
As Kyogre is the closest he's been with the DRS open, but I think he just does not have enough.
Doesn't have the battery for it.
Squid's tires are definitely screaming at this stage of the race.
Still in boy 3 seconds. Only a couple people now without 3s or 6 seconds of penalties. Rundle, one of them, he's looking good to even maybe win this race. Dylan
The
Boyd
boys are
tires
tired.
in the pit lane. We're down to 14 runners.
Squid, with his very long stint on the softs, he is holding it still pretty close to JS, which is pretty surprising, as he is on those fresh.
Well,
he's really making the stint last.
He's been disrupting this front train, but he hasn't been going at it much, like at too slow of a pace.
Oh, his Kyogre has a pretty good run, but he's just not in reach yet, as Squid should be elected to pit. Now Rundle goes down the inside. They wheel bang.
And he's made it work. Squid
goes to
pits
the
as well,
pits.
so
Rundle makes that work.
has made 2 and 1, and he'll move himself up to 4th place.
Kyogre is all over the
top 2
gearbox.
Yet to pit. Kyogre is going to have to try and stick with him and hope Rundle picks up penalties because Kyogre already has 6 seconds. So Squid now, he's going to be on the freshest mediums in the field. We'll see where he can get to after he pits. He's
Squid is going to come out P11, I believe. Should be a comfortable P11. And hopefully he could work it back up with his... He'll have the freshest tires, so we'll see his lap times he's putting in and see how they compare at the end of the race.
If Squid comes out 11th, it'll be interesting to see where Goggy and Ty's come out. Goggy's was only about a second or 2 up the road, so I would assume he'll come out between Rapid and Squid. But then Ty's
has built that gap on Goggy, even though he does have low ERS. Goggy has 90% still, so he's not pushing with it at all.
Now here comes JS. JS on the inside. It's an insane move, and he's made it work.
He gets the overtake done much before the hanger straight, which is very, very audacious. It's a very good move. Blue Goggy likes to not use any ERS. That is great.
Yeah, Goggy's looking set. He might pull the pit lane this time, and he does. So 11 laps on softs. We see it's been possible, obviously. Oh,
Goggy gets a 5 second.
He went so slow into the pit lane, and I don't think his limiter went on correctly, and he sped.
JS is 16 seconds back from our race leader, Ty's, who has not pit yet.
I would assume Ty's is going to come in this or next time by.
As Ty's is actually a 10th up on his... Is that best lap then?
It would be his best lap.
So he is... Those mediums are still...
Yeah, they hold
well
up
within
pretty
pushing
well around
range.
here.
Or Ty's, which is very surprising. So he's really making the stint work.
He's gonna fall somewhere around 8th, 9th, I would believe. Goggy comes out 10th. He's ahead of Squid, just barely though. But he's gonna be on the fresh soft, so he's gonna be able to push up farther than the same Squid can. So Goggy's looking good for upper echelon of the points if he can get these tires switched on.
Kyogre is very close to Rundle as well,
11.
but they both get good exits, so there should be no overtaking move into Stowe.
Rundle's got more ERS than Kyogre anyway, so he should be able to defend it pretty easily. Arthur's still hanging on, he's about 5th place. See if he can continue on. He's got good cushion back to 6th.
As we see pretty big separation between a lot of these drivers. As Squid is gaining on Blue Goggy, however. So it should be an interesting fight coming onto the DRS straight. As Kyogre still holds into the DRS of Rundle, so he's going to want to stay there. And hopefully them two can just slowly push up to the likes of JS, as Ties may be coming in this lap, I'd assume. As he doesn't have a lot of overtake and he's using it with under 10%, so I'd assume he's pushing for his end lap, as he's still up on his previous time by about a tenth of a second. So he is really pushing.
Come in. This is the next time I would assume. Arthur picking up a 6-second of penalties. I have a request for a warning check, so this is probably a good time to do it while no one is making moves. So I'll start with JS. He's got a penalty, no extra warnings. Rundle, just 1 warning. Kyogre, a penalty, 2 penalties, and an extra warning, so he's got 7 altogether. Arthur, with 6 seconds of penalties, no extra warnings, and a 5-second penalty, so 11 total, unfortunately for him. Communist, 2 warnings. MNK has kept it completely clean. Riles, 1 penalty, 2 extra warnings, so close to the 6-second mark. Rapid, 1 penalty and extra warning. And Goggy, 1 penalty and a 5-second time penalty, no extra warnings.
Oh, as
and I'll go down.
Ties comes out right near MNK Boy, as they're side by side, as Ties will have very fresh tires, so he may get him right on the straight. As Ties goes into P7 from his very long medium stint, which is not bad at all, and he'll have fresh softs till the end, as he makes a move very easily before the corner into Brooklyn, as he makes a nice move, as he just has very, very strong pace.
Ties now up to 6th on the fresh softs. We'll see if he can close up to that top 4. And crucially, he has no penalties at the moment. So, could be playing spoiler here from a pretty lowly starting position compared to his race pace right now. Now onto the back of Communist. Kyogre has gotten by Rundle, the other Williams driver.
Rundle does have a much better ERS advantage as well, so hopefully he can hold in.
But Kyogre knows he has to go now because Kyogre has 6 seconds of penalties, Rundle has 0. So Kyogre needs to try and bridge that second gap and drop Rundle. I'm not too sure if he'll be able to do it though. Go back to Ties here.
Ties is gaining a lot, as he has a little bit of a lockup. But going on to the Wellington straight, he is gaining a lot under the DRS, but it's just not going to be enough before the corner. But with his extra tire grip, he may be able to make a move before Cops, but it would be a little risky judging on his exit, as he's probably going to wait until
after what JS did, I would think. Funny, because somehow, some way, two of the only battles on the actual racetrack are between McLaren and Williams. You just can't make it up. These two teams can't get away from each other.
Ties 3-second time penalty.
3 seconds.
A little too early.
So that'll hinder his jump up towards the field, but now he's looking to get all over the back of Communist to the inside. Should be a relatively easy move.
Made right before the corner.
So Ties now to 5th, but no ERS to play with again. So.
And he is very far back from Arthur, so he will have to be pushing a lot.
Kyogre picks up another 3-second time, but that's 9 seconds now for the man running in second place.
That puts Rundle in a very good spot.
Yeah, Rundle's going to jump him easily at this rate.
So I believe Vapor JS is also close to his 2nd time penalty. I believe he has 2 warnings.
Yeah, and then check that. Yeah, if he gets a 6-second penalty here,
Rundle is sitting very
in the prime spot. Yeah.
And all he'd have to do is just get dragged with the RS.
His situation right now That would be amazing for him if he could win this race. Look at his 2 championship competitors. Joe is already out in 16th place, and Callum is 12th. We have a yellow flag. That is MNK boy. He's gotten a little wayward. Circuit could give it 3-second in 13th. Yeah, but Callum's not getting points at this rate. He's currently 12th. And Joe is confirmed not getting points. He's already DNF'd. So Rundle, no matter where he gets on this podium, he's looking very good for the championship. JS, how about that fastest lap? 27.6. He's flying right now. Rundle's just kept it in DRS.
Let's see how Ty's goes. He goes 28.0, so the medium runner of JS is just slightly faster than the soft runner of Ty's. But Ty's is gaining a lot of time on Arthur, but I'm not sure if it will be enough within these last 6 laps unless he pulls out some very fast lap times.
It would be interesting for the final podium spot because Kyogre's got 9 seconds, Arthur has 11, and Ty's has the 3. I think Rundle, as long as he keeps it on the racetrack and keeps it clean, he's got himself a first or second place, along with JS. They'll be first or second place, so long as nothing crazy happens in these final couple of laps here. But behind that for third, I'm not sure.
As Rundle picks up his second warning through cops, so he has to really keep it clean in these final laps, final 6 laps.
Yeah, if he wants a shot at the win, he has to keep it clean, and he has to hope JS picks up another penalty here.
As Riles is becoming all over the back of M&K boy as he gets a pretty good exit out of Beckett's onto the hanger straight. I just don't think he will be close enough.
Nah, just not close enough. M&K does have a lot of battery.
Oh, as Squid Jr. is very close to Blugagi as well.
Yeah, Squid's kept it clean on the back of Goggy. They're fighting for that final points pay position. So,
as he does have
see if those mediums phase in better than those softs. As Squid, oh, he runs really wide there. I think we're gonna see Williams on the podium. I'm just not sure which one at this moment in time.
Ty's has brought the gap down to under 7 seconds as well, so he is really pushing. Those softs are very fast at this late stage.
Ty's is already 4th at the moment. It's just whether or not he beats Kyogre out for that final podium position on penalties. Riles has gone down the inside of M&K, turns to the outside, but he's got it done.
Very nice
He'll
move.
Move to 7th. He'll have to push though to try and break a 6-second gap to MNK, bring up the penalties for you guys here.
Vapor is slowly pulling away from Kyogre and Rundle, so this little bit of toe that Rundle is getting is not gaining them too much time on the race leader, so Rundle may be missing out if he keeps it clean for the rest of this race.
Yeah, and right now, it looks like even if JS does get another penalty, Rundle's not picking up the win anyway.
No, he's just not gaining enough time.
He's able to push that.
I think he just has to get past Kyogre and get into the clean air, and then slowly make his way up to JS and hope that his pushing doesn't cost him a penalty, and JS trying to push will get himself a penalty, and then he'll just have to stay within 6. But as it looks right now, he will not be close enough going on to the Wellington straight as Kyogre moves over to break, so he's not in the toe, and it's just not enough. Rundle needs to make this move on Kyogre for his chance at the win.
Yeah, but obviously I'm not too sure his mental right now because he didn't get any points last week, and right now none of his championship rivals are getting any points. So even if he finishes 3rd out of this somehow, he's still taking the championship lead. So I think right now his mental is just keep it clean, make sure you secure a good spot. Doesn't have to be the win.
As he is the closest he's ever been, as you say that, to Kyogre, as he does have the ERS advantage.
Yeah, he might go for it here.
Under 10%. He knows he can make the move
to the inside now. Side by side, they keep it
Side by
very
side,
clean with a
Kyogre
lot
holds
of
it
room given.
very nice around the outside as he's still flashing his ERS, so Rundle knows that he is very low, and with his 40%, he knows that on this next straight, if he get a little bit closer, he can make this move work with the DRS open well before the entry.
Yeah, Rundle's starting to open up a little bit more. He wants to make sure that he just finishes the race off well.
This Kyogre does run a bit wide, and that sets Rundle up for a nice turn in as he gets onto the power nice and early, as he is very
Already
close
on the battery.
on the overtake very early, like you said, as Kyogre is under 10%. I don't know how much he can defend.
To the
As they
inside,
touch
contact this time, and they go
Rundle's
around. Rundle's around. That
Rundle
might
overshoots
be
the corner
a
slightly.
steward's inquiry.
We'll see what happens with that as Arthur comes through as well, as Ties is coming into the corner. He doesn't get in front, but he will be gaining very much, as Rundle's not going to be too happy with that.
Are going to be absolutely burned. Kyogre is definitely going to be sent to the stewards for that one. I can almost guarantee that. I don't think
As Kyogre picks up
that
another
was a
penalty.
good move. Kyogre, another penalty now. Just insult to injury. Rundle still might get second place out of this, but it's just where will Kyogre finish, I think, if that ticket gets opened.
A bit of contact that's definitely going to be going up to the stewards after this race.
Absolutely. That was... He closed the door on him. I think Rundle was far enough alongside there.
As
JS,
VRT
oh my
Willie
goodness.
makes a prediction that main chat will light up after this, as we will see what will happen.
I can't really defend Kyogre from the angle that I was given on stream here, so...
As Joe, OMG, it's Joe, might have made a call in the chat saying Rundle for the win earlier in the race. May have gave him a little bit of curse.
He's gonna get a podium out of this.
But he is gonna get a good
The two front of
result.
him have absolutely amazing numbers on the penalties here.
Sam Cole
Ties might
says it is
snag
time
third.
to get the popcorn as well.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
As Rundle, even though, like you said, he's still going to be on for a very good result because he has kept it clean with no penalties.
Yeah, he's still gonna get himself a good podium position here.
As Ties is on for a very good result as well.
Yeah, ties up from 12th, I think, on the grid. So he's made up a lot of positions, obviously on that alternate strategy. He's had a solid day, securing that 4th place in that championship.
He
Will
moves
be
up
closing
7th.
up to the back of Joe. Utah Elephant. Rundle has said racing incident, so that'll be interesting.
Rundle's a racing incident, so I guess it may have been just a little bit too late on the brakes. We'll see. I would like to see a clip of that, as there definitely probably is, just to see what exactly happened after this race, but definitely a pretty unfortunate incident.
But it wasn't the greatest of angles, so we'll see.
But Ties does put, has a gap of 1.5. I think he is slowly gaining, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough in these final 2 laps.
Yeah.
But they are
Even if he
fairly
does get
fresh
by.
softs, as the mediums are going to be
Yeah.
coming to the end of their stint, and they might be dropping off ever so slightly. So we're definitely
Yeah,
going to
if
have
you
to
remember,
see.
Rundle pit lap 6, so
And he also spun, which does not help his case.
yeah, we'll see if Ties even does get by. He's gonna have to hope Rundle gets a 3-second penalty here, so we'll be watching this as long as the battle for 7th, and there's also one for 12th between Surfy and Calm, who unfortunately had to do a 2-stop here today.
Surfy is getting pretty close. Through this breaking point, gains a lot of time on Calm, as he sets him up for a good exit onto the DRS. As Surfy just, I don't think, has enough overtake, as Calm can easily defend with his. As MNK
Calm's
is
got
gaining
enough.
through Maggots and Beckett's with 40% ERS, as Riles is under 10%. So he may be pushing with ERS to get him here, as Riles is flashing. But it just really won't get close enough. Gagi picks up a
Gagi picks up a 3. That'll put... Yeah, Squid's already into the points. Gagi's got the 5-second penalty. So it looks like Squid will probably take your final points being position out of today. Gagi, unfortunately, will be missing as we are on the final lap now. It's been almost domination here from JS. The one-shot quali, losing pole by 2/1000ths of a second.
As
Kyogre, who's
MNK
currently
may
second.
be able to make this move onto Riles, as he is about half a second back as he's gaining in the zone. He knows that he can make this move now as Riles is flashing on lap 26. He's definitely going to be going for it.
Yeah, he'll probably try it out of Maggots Beckett's. But now out of Maggots Beckett's is Vapor JS. Swapping positions with his teammate earlier in the race. Got the undercut on the pit lane. In the pits. So pulled away. The train broke down, and he's had an absolutely dominating performance. Almost, it's actually going to be a bigger gap than what your win was yesterday. Vapor JS, he's going to come across the line, and it's going to be a win here for Racing Point. They'll most likely extend their lead in the constructors.
MNK boy
Kyogre,
all the way on the back.
MNK boy now for 7th, and he's got it done on Riles. Will Rundles fight it back? Or sorry, Riles. Not Rundles.
Does Riles fire back? He stays
Riles takes, it'll be 8th place for him on penalties anyway. Rundle is going to take home 2nd place.
Very good
and
result
Kyogre by 9/10 beats his teammate Ties out for that final podium position. Arthur picking up a 5th place, a good result for his season. Communist, MNK, Riles, Rapid Extreme, and now Squid Jr. rounds out your top 10.
So now that does put Rundle into the lead of the championship now, if I'm correct.
It does. Rundle will take the lead away from Callum, who did not have a good race, and Joe didn't make it too far into this one today. So, your quote driver of the day is ACV Ties. Obviously picked up the most positions on that alternate strategy run. He gets himself another 4th place. I think that's 2 in a row now. JS is going to win, and he should keep that one comfortably. Those 2 inquiries should be made for him.
No, there's very big gaps around JS. He wasn't in too much trouble, and he just kind of kept it. Just had the pace. Had the pace today.
Yeah, he did. Shows what he can do. 14 seconds is your final gap over Rundle. Rundle, I think it obviously would have been closer if Rundle didn't have that spin, but 14 seconds it is at the end of the day. Kyogre picking up 12 seconds of penalties and still managing the podium. So congratulations to him, and Ties and Arthur rounds out your top 5. Gotta make sure I get full results here for the graphics boys. There you go. Quiet day for Rapid, picking up 2 points and 9. Squid, obviously we saw him earlier in the race with the lead pack of cars. Kind of helped JS build that gap, but I think he would have built it anyway. Gotta get our podium boys in here for some interviews. There's 1 and 2 and 3. So see if they join up. There is Rundle.
Nice result. Nice
pretty
result.
good.
Thank you very much. Firstly, it's tainted by the sad news of Murray. So
Yeah, I just saw that in the
yeah.
main chat. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace indeed.
So,
Yeah.
get 1, 2. start with you while you're here. Very clean until that final couple laps there. Unfortunately, tagging Kyogre in the side pod. Overall, how was your race today?
Yeah, really good. It's good to be back on the podium. It's been a while. But in terms of the contact, like you mentioned with Kyogre, it was, I think, a bit of ambition and over adhesion. In terms of the tyre wear, I misjudged it a little bit and just ran out a little bit wide and tagged Kyogre's rear wheel, which spun me. Racing incident. I'm not gonna, make a ticket. But yeah, it was a good race.
Congratulations, you take the championship lead out of this one today as well. So, both Callum and Joe now having spectacular days, to say the least. So, good luck to you in the future, and hopefully it goes well for your team as well. Kami is picking up good points today as well.
Thanks.
And let's move Kyogre, the penalty man. 12 seconds of penalties today, but still barely taking the podium. How was your run today, and how did you see it?
It was awful. I've lost all. I used to be really good at this track. For some reason, I just had no pace today. It's just everything went wrong for me, but I'll still take a podium out of it. It's annoying, but it is what it is.
Yeah, just beating out your teammate by just less than a second. Again, another good result for the team. Williams taking, I think, now second place in the constructors for tier number 3. You two have just been phenomenal in getting the results in the races, so congratulations.
Yeah.
And I'm not too sure if we're getting our winner.
Yeah, let's try to get JS in here as...
Callum did not get a point. I think he was 12th. Surfy. Oh, Arthur hit him, okay. I know Surfy had damage. I was assuming it was contact between them. Yeah. I don't think JS is joining, fortunately.
Yeah, I sent him an invite. I don't think he's gonna come in, but very good result from you two, as you're the P2 and P3. As now Rundle, how do you feel going into next week? What, a bit of a kind of boost?
Yeah,
Now you
definitely.
are going to be leading the championship coming into Monza, so...
Yeah, Monza's not the strongest track for me, but last time I finished second in the race, I won the next one. So hopefully it's a bit of good momentum. History repeating itself, that'd be lovely. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Will be interesting on penalties. I think that one will be decided as well, kind of like today. So Rundle might be in for Rundle might be in for a surprise result. See if he can pick up a win, make it deja vu. Kyogre's gonna need to work on the penalties, obviously, because Monza just gotta attack every chicane in order to get the time out of the lap. So hopefully it goes good for them and the rest of our field. Make sure to tune in later tonight. We've got tier number 2 around Britain as well for round number 9. And then tomorrow's tier 1, 12 p.m. East, 5 p.m. UK. Sorry, I think I said 2 p.m. East and then 7 p.m. UK for tier number 2. Yeah, we've got those up next for Britain. Still 2 more races this weekend, and obviously towards the end of that broadcast, we heard about the unfortunate news about Murray Walker unfortunately passing. We send all condolences to his family, friends, and significant people in his life. Obviously, big impact on the Formula 1 community. So rest in peace to Murray. And with that, I think that'll be it for this stream. Tommy, you got any final thoughts on the race?
Just, best of luck to the racers for the rest of the season, and hopefully everybody tunes into our Tier 2 race in a little bit of time, later in the evening,
About an hour's time.
about an hour. And that should be an exciting one as well. And
Yeah, hopefully. Should see some of the drivers who raced today towards the top. I believe Ty's is going to be racing tier number 2 as well, so we'll see him again. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Next week we got Monza. Will be interesting to see how this championship shakes out. And that'll be it from me. This has been XF1, joined by Tommy Karate. And see you guys hopefully for tier